sweeties, how are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, sweetheart, kindly smash that subscribe button and turn your notification so you are notified each time I upload. And please give this video a thumb up. I appreciate you all so much, and I am saying a very big shout out to every one of you for the support and love you all shower me here with. I am grateful, and you all are super sweet. So today we'll be talking something very important, and I want you all to know that Ron DeSantis has actually been consistent with this. I mean, he kept saying it and he said it again. And it's all over the internet circulating, people station tagging to it. And he said he is going to destroy leftism and woke ideology. And I want you all to know that he has never hid the fact that he is anti-black. It's been open. He says it openly. And I want you all to know that a fight on woke is a fight on you as a black person. And you all know what it means. We are never, ever, ever going to sleep against the injustice going on in black community or police brutality and the rest of it. So he's been consistent with this. And he is not yet the president. This is actually his ambition as how it means he actually does not have anything good he wants to do as a president, rather than getting away or getting rid of black people, right? Because they are asking him, what are your plans when you become the president? He is telling them that he is going to destroy the woke ideology and put it in the trash. So he is gonna fight you. And I want all the white people that watch this channel also, if you think you are still going to support Ron DeSantis with everything going on, the anti-immigration law, that is like everything going on, you think you are going to support him, it's okay. But I want you all to know that if you think he is only for he's only going to fight black people, he's also coming for every one of you. This is not only for black people. And I want you all to know this. Anytime you hear woke, they meant black people. I am rolling this clip. We'll come back to talk about it. And I absolutely want to read all your comments. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. And straight up, here we go.
Is right now the time for Ron DeSantis to run for president? Because everyone knows if I'm the nominee, I will beat Biden and I will serve 2 terms and I will be able to destroy leftism in this country and leave woke ideology on the dustbin of history. Florida is where woke goes to die.
I think they mean black. Yeah. It's just another way to say thug or something else, right? You know, once something goes out in the world, it takes a life of its own. It's an energy of its own. I can tell you what woke means.
Please.
It just means being aware, being in alignment with nature. Because if you're in alignment with that, you're aware of everything that's going on. And it's not only in the political arena. That means with your health. That means in your relationships. That means in your home. That means in your car. It means in your sleep.
Ron DeSantis ain't nothing more than a mad scientist simply experimenting in the state of Florida, passing all kind of laws to kill leftism and wokeism when he himself can't even define it. Different day, but the same old thing, the same playbook. Ron DeSantis don't give a damn about this country or bringing this country together. He ain't no different than Coke 45. Just a different suit, but the same dude, basically. And the white hooded party, they can't even define what woke accurately is. But one thing they do know is anti-black. And if you ain't woke, then you sleep at the wheel. And that's just how they like their followers and voters. Just like critical race theory is the big bad wolf that's going to blow your house down, aka white fear. And those would be facts on facts on facts on top of facts. Anyway, carry on.
Destroy leftism in this country and leave woke ideology on the dustbin of...
if y'all allow this man to become president of the United States, I hope y'all are ready to leave. I hope everyone is ready for the mass exodus, because he is coming for everyone. He is coming for women. He is coming for queers. He is coming for people of color. He is coming for immigrants. He is not going to stop. We are seeing what he is doing in Florida, and now that's going to be on a large scale. We cannot afford this. We can't. America, y'all can't afford this. You cannot.
Be able to destroy leftism in this country and leave woke ideology on the dustbin of history.
A woke mob did not storm the U.S. Capitol. A woke mob did not shoot up Uvalde. A woke mob does not represent the threat that domestic violent extremism did. But okay, Ron, you go get the woke mob.
Everyone knows if I'm the nominee, I will beat Biden and I will serve 2 terms.
Anyhow, he becomes president. You hear what he said? He's going to do 2 terms. We know that America going to be turned upside down all the way around, and it's going to be down to the ground. And the Republicans plus the Confederate or the white supremacists is going to be jumping up and down. They're going to be singing, "Oh, Susanna, won't you cry?" They're going to be singing nothing but Dixie. Okay, and spitting and drinking their moonshine and shooting up in the air. And more than that, black people, we're going to end up having the biggest fear that we're going to be fighting every single day with the social injustice, including the LGBT and also the people that's undocumented. Even the ones, whether we are citizens or not, he's going to try to find a way to make us go exile. Okay? So you guys talk about Grandpa Biden, Sleepy Biden. I call him Mr. Magoo. But other than that, I'd rather deal with him because guess what? DeSantis is the devil. And he's ready to get his pitchfork.
I recognize that the woke mind virus represents a war on the truth, so we will wage a war on the woke. We will fight the woke in education. We will fight the woke in the corporations. We will fight the woke in the halls of Congress. We will never, ever surrender to the woke mob. We will make woke ideology, leave it to the dustbin of history. It's gone.
This man is running a presidential campaign off of stopping the woke. I mean, what in the victim mentality is going on here? If y'all ever want to understand how masterful it is to create an enemy that doesn't exist, so you can try to rally your constituents to try to go at the enemy and literally say the enemy is anything. Hey, woke is being gay. Woke is talking about black stuff. Woke is being communist. Woke is being socialist. Woke is anything that's not white, damn near, if you want to say it, right? Woke is the young people doing wah, wah, wah. Hey, man, the way that black things get co-opted, it's so crazy, right? Marcus Garvey in 1920 was not talking about the LGBT community. He was not talking about whatever the hell conservatives think they was talking about. When he said, wake up, Ethiopia, wake up, Africa. He was talking about having a certain mind of consciousness and understanding about who you are and how you position in this world. You see what I'm saying? All of a sudden, that has become dangerous. I'm gonna say all of a sudden, because, Massa never wanted us to know who he was and how he's positioned. That's the reason why they outlawed us being able to read. And you see right here, there's a new consciousness going on where we want to read, and look what they're doing. Attacking education and making it where you cannot read about the knowledge of self and or black history in the classroom. See what I'm saying? Hey, they're gonna talk about victim mentality, but victim mentality allowed for policies to be built because they believed that there was a potential for white kids to be attacked. It don't get no better than that. Education is elevation, and Ron DeSantis, you doing the devil's work, man. You're doing a good job too. Congratulations.
Governor Ron DeSantis said that Florida is where the woke goes to die. Since black people coined the term woke in the 1930s, I believe his dog whistling style of speech is communicating that Florida is where educated black people who are woke go to die. In the 1800s, the term uppity was used to describe someone who was prone to taking on airs or assuming liberties beyond one's social station in life. By the early 1900s, the term was almost exclusively used to describe black people who did not show the appropriate level of deference to whites. In other words, if you are black and began to speak out against injustices or gain affluence because of your intellect or hard work, you would be deemed an uppity Negro. Google it. Harry T. and Harriet Moore fought for equal pay for black teachers in the state of Florida. Keep in mind that black teachers were paid less wages than white teachers. Because of their wokeness, on Christmas night, December 25th, 1951, Florida's KKK planted a bomb under the bedroom floor of the Moore's home in Mims, Florida. It had exploded. They had just celebrated their 25th wedding anniversary earlier that day. Harry died in the ambulance in transit from the attack, and Harriet died from injuries 9 days later on January 3rd, 1952. Their death was the first assassination of any woke activist to occur during the civil rights movement, and the only time that a husband and wife were killed during the history of the movement. It has been 72 years with no justice for their family and millions more who dared to stand up for what is right, fair, and humane. DeSantis has declared war on the black community as well as other marginalized communities. I urge you all, enlightened individuals, to do all that you can to stop this man from becoming President of the United States. Make no mistakes about it. He is a threat to peace, harmony, and a more perfect union for this nation. Good leaders support policies that are good for everyone, not just some. It is very clear that he only supports those that look like him. So to DeSantis, I say in the most eloquent terms that I can, fuck you and the horse you rode in on. If you are not woke, you are still sleeping. So wake up, folks. The more you know. I'm Alan Ellison, and I approve this message.
Everyone knows if I'm the nominee, I will beat Biden and I will serve 2 terms.
Only one problem, Ron. You're not going to be the nominee because you're a rhino. And although that serves its purpose, we know that ain't going to end well. You had my support as governor, and that was about it until today. Because today was the day that I stopped even supporting Ron DeSantis as being the governor of Florida. Anyone that wants to infringe upon freedom of speech should not be running under the Republican Party. Ron DeSantis recently stated that if it was up to him, he would ban the TikTok platform. So all you content creators out there who are backing this man, careful what you ask for. But don't worry, Ron, it's not too late. Last time I checked, the number of blue nominees for 2024 was looking a little light. Then maybe, just maybe, you might have a chance.
I think the anti-woke stuff is a loser for DeSanctimonious. Let's listen to what he had to say. It's mostly just the word woke.
Florida, we fought the woke all across the board.
One.
And as president, I will fight the woke in the corporations.
2.
I will fight the woke in the schools.
3.
I will fight the woke in the halls of Congress.
4.
We will never, ever surrender to the woke mob.
5.
We are going to leave woke ideology
6.
in the dustbin of history.
There it is, folks. 6 wokes in just 19 seconds. We could talk about how this guy is an uncharismatic clown, but we'll have more time for that in the next segment about his latest interview with Fox News. Okay, so I won't do that now. We could talk about how Florida is very mediocre. It's not that Florida's terrible. It's just in most metrics, Florida is right in the middle. The Florida success story that Ron DeSantis claims was that rose like a phoenix over the horizon of success in Florida is a very mediocre story. We've talked about that before. We're not going to talk about that either. What I want to talk about is that this anti-woke stuff is bad strategy. It definitely can't win you a national election. And it's not even clear that it can win you a Republican primary either. Yes, DeSantis is a doofus. His woke obsession doesn't make any sense. But look at this. Look at these numbers. When you actually talk to Americans, most Americans, this is an USA Today Ipsos poll finds most Americans view wokeness as a good thing. 56% of Americans say that to be woke means that you're informed and aware of social injustices. That's more or less the definition I've been using. 56% of Americans have that positive view of wokeness. 39% of Americans say wokeness is being overly political and policing the speech of others. That's a pretty sizable margin, right? 56 to 39, a 17-point margin for wokeness being a good thing is quite remarkable, given that the country is 51 to 49, 52 to 48 on so many different issues. That's not a sign that running an anti-woke campaign is going to win you a general election.
Florida is where woke goes to die.
First and foremost, I'm woke. Woke is a phrase Black people coined to define our state of mind in this fight against racism and the myth of white supremacy. When we say we're woke, we're stating that we're fully aware of what we're up against and know exactly who our enemies are. So how in the hell did you devils just take the liberty to hijack and redefine the meaning of a word that we created and act like it's yours? Oh, I must have forgot. That's what you devils do. Just take shit and change the meaning of it to fit your narrative and wicked agenda. Now we have all these racist politicians banging on wokeness like it's something negative, screaming they're anti-woke, which really means anti-black, anti-change, anti-progress, and pro-white supremacy. So don't get it twisted when they say they're anti-woke. What they really mean is they're anti-us and everything our ancestors fought and died for, and everything we continue to fight and die for. So yeah, stay woke. Stay all the way fucking woke. Because like I always say, we're dealing with some real devils.
So I felt like I needed to get this off my chest, and I'm woke. I will pause here for the haters. You can go ahead and say whatever it is you're going to say about me. I will probably block it. But if you know the term woke, which at this point I think everybody does, it is actually a term that was used by parents in the 80s and I believe in the 70s. Michael Beschloss told me this, not me personally, that African American parents would use to their kids to tell them, hey, when you go outside, stay woke. So, AKA, don't get yourself into a situation you can't get yourself out of, AKA, avoid all of the crazy people out there, the crazy white people out there. And I get that. I think we all get that. Think about Trayvon Martin. Think about the things you've seen. And so am I upset to say that I'm woke? No. Am I going to go announce it to everybody I see? No, because woke is something that I do in my actions. I treat everybody as the same or even deferential depending on the situation. I'm not better than anyone else. And I hate to break it to you guys who think that woke is a problem. You're not better either. If you're paying attention, we are stripping away the rights, just fundamental rights of millions of people in this country. I truly believe that there will be a reckoning come the next election. But in the meantime, God, grow a heart. Care about something beside yourself. There's no trans person on the world who wants to convert your child to trans. There are, however, white men in vans who will take your kids away. So what are you more afraid of? And stop blaming all of the problems that you might have with your children or you might have personally with other people on, quote, woke. Because it's not going away. Because it is an empathetic term. Empathy. So, hate me all you want. No, and that's the other thing. Not everyone's going to like you. Social media is such that there are going to be people who are just going to hate to see your face. I'm okay with that because I feel like this needs to be said. Stay woke.
This country and leave woke.
So something to keep in mind is that a lot of people, especially on TikTok, are talking about the feud between Trump and DeSantis or Marjorie Taylor Greene and everyone else in her party. Any feud that's taking place internally in the Republican Party as, oh, look, they're destroying each other, they're going after each other, we can win here. That's not what's happening. The same kind of thing happened before and during the rise of Adolf Hitler to power. It always looks to outsiders as if it's, infighting in the party. It's not as simple as that. What's going on is the extremists in the party are doing everything they can to drive out the people they don't want. This is what's known as an ideological purge, and it's what takes place in any political party shortly before the fascists seize power of it. People like Matt Gaetz, Ron DeSantis, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Donald Trump aren't picking fights with people in their own party simply because, they don't agree with them or they want to start a fight. They're picking fights with them because they're trying to get their voter base to disavow those people and say, you're not real Republicans. It's part of the ideological purge, because once you have purged anyone in your party who even mildly disagrees with you as an extremist, all that's left are the extremists, and you can run your party as a unified front on your extremist base. And additionally, fascism is entirely built on the notion of survival of the fittest taken to its most extreme form, social Darwinism. Ergo, the feud between Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump is not so simple as, I want to run for president, I want to be the president, and the party just allowing it to happen because they have no idea how to prevent this kind of infighting. They're doing it because, in their eyes, whoever comes out on top is the stronger one, and their ideology is the one that should be followed. Here's what to understand. Ron DeSantis currently trails Donald Trump by nearly 30 points in polls among Republican voters as to who they would like as a president. Donald Trump leads that poll by an insane margin, and usually people don't overcome double-digit deficits in that region. But what's important to remember is that we all said the same thing about Donald Trump in 2016. We all looked at the politics and said, oh, no, he couldn't possibly become the nominee for his party. He can't keep his mouth shut. Oh, he couldn't possibly become the nominee. He has all these scandals going on. He couldn't possibly become the nominee. He's doing all these illegal things. And then lo and behold, in 2016, he became the president. And it was entirely because those who are in the center or on the left lost sight of the target and devolved into infighting because we believed that the other side was so divided among themselves they were no longer a threat. No, they're united in their purpose. They're united in their hate. This coming year, you need to remember who the real enemy is. And it's not people who are distracting from your preferred candidate.
Ron DeSantis' lawyers were forced to define the term woke. Republicans love to talk about wokeness and for years have even declared war on wokeness. But what is wokeness? Well, Ron DeSantis' lawyers were forced to define the term woke in court after a state attorney who was suspended for being woke sued Ron DeSantis. Ready? The word woke, as defined by the lead lawyer in court, is the following: the belief there are systemic injustices in American society and the need to address them. Woke. And for the record, there are systemic injustices in American society, and we need to address them. And Ron DeSantis and his lawyers are basically saying, nah, we don't believe that. Except, of course, if you're white or Christian, because don't Republicans believe that there are systemic injustices against white Christians in this country? And if they believe that, doesn't that make them woke?
So this is all I got from the video and all that. I mean, I woke up and I saw so many things going on. I mean, Ron DeSantis has actually been, I don't know if you all understand, Ron DeSantis has been consistent with saying woke and saying that Florida is where woke goes to die. He has never hid it. It's been open. He has been saying it openly. And now let me tell us something. Because I woke up and I still saw him saying the same thing. When he says woke, he meant black people. And he understood that woke is, he probably do understand that woke is a term black people use to say that they are already like, you know, up and doing against all the injustice happening to them and the rest of it. So he does not want to use black people. So all he does is call woke. And there is nothing Ron DeSantis, each time he is talking, all he does is point it out that when he is the president, that he's going to clear up the woke ideology. And now let me tell us something. If we are waiting for him to be the president before he does all this he is saying, I want you all to remember that he has started doing it. He has all that he has said. If you all have been following me up with his political ambitions and all that, all he has been saying is that he is going to clear up woke ideology, leftism, and the rest of it. And he has actually been up to it. He is doing it. Now he started by clearing up Black history. He does not want that to be, he doesn't want children to learn that in school. From there, they went to CRT, and what else did he tamper with? Oh, sorry, I forgot that, but when I remember, I will tell you that. So he has been he's been doing all this and fighting all this without even being the president. He is just the governor of Florida. But what he has done so far in Florida is very crazy. And then you out there thinking that he is going to be a great person for president. I am telling you that you are sick. If you ever think you want to vote Ron DeSantis as a president for president, we are already looking for a way to vote him out as a governor. And his ambition is to be the president. So you see all we've been fighting for, all we've been working on so far. What is going to happen if he becomes the president? And to the white people listening to that comes here, if you think it is only going to affect Black people, I want you to think twice, because it is not only Black people, it is even also you. He has started with Black people, and when he is done, he's going to continue with you people. So if he is saying that he does not want to be woke, it's all right if he doesn't want to be woke. But Black people ain't going back from being woke. They are woke, and they will continue to be woke. They are woke to everything, to police brutality. They are woke to the systemic racism. They are woke to the redlining. They are woke to everything. And it is amazing how a young man, Ron DeSantis is a very young man, how evil a young man is. You can imagine what will happen if he becomes old. Yeah, you can imagine. He's been on war against woke. I want you to know that if somebody is fighting a war against woke, that person is actually fighting you as a Black person. He probably doesn't say, I am going to fight Black people or all this. But I want you to know that his fight is against Black people. He is so anti-Black. Very, very. And he keeps doing this and thinks it's going to be well with him. It ain't going to be well with him. Not at all. From one problem to another. And the latest he told us was that slavery was beneficial to black people. And it's already in the curriculum. People are going to learn that. They are going to learn that in Florida. And am I telling you, let me bust your bubble. Another one, Texas is about to enact another law. And it is also targeting black people. I probably will bring that to you. Like I said, for those supporting Ron DeSantis and for those that are Republicans that think I am there because they are going to see me, the conservatives, yes, they are the same, that they are going to see me better if I am in their party. I want you to know that they are not going to see you any better. The way they treat every other person, black person, is also the way they're going to treat you. So it's time you all start coming back home. Start fighting. Because this war is just something everybody really needs to be ready. He wakes up every day and he comes out with something really horrible. The other day it was him and the wife with a crock. Go work and go broke. And you all know what happened during the slavery. The crock, how they used black kids as alligator bait. I mean, this really shows, I don't know, but like it shows how evil some people can actually be. And like I keep saying, his war on woke is war on our ancestors. Not until we all wake up. And we really didn't have to wake up. Not sleeping. If you ever sleep, you snooze. If you snooze, you lose. Because this war is not just a war you go without. You really have to be mentally and physically okay. And one thing I'm going to say is that black people ain't ever gonna stop being woke. And that is on period. Woke till they die. So this is where I'm going to draw the curtain. Thank you so much for the support. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.